So my name is Rick Doane. I'm the Executive Director of Interfaith Social Services, and Interfaith is a one-stop shop for families in need on the South Shore. So we operate a mental health counseling center, we do rent and utility assistance, and one of our most visible programs is our food pantry. We're based in Quincy. We serve the communities of Braintree, Randolph, Hingham, Hull, Weymouth, all of the communities around Quincy. About 10 towns is what we serve. And but that's for our homelessness prevention program and our food pantry. Our mental health counseling center is open to anybody in the state that needs that resource, because there are so few resources that are a safety net for mental illness and addiction. So that's open to a much larger region. And we also operate our bureau drawer thrift shop, which is open to anybody who wants to come buy something great and get a good deal. Well, the focus of Interfaith Social Services is about helping families in need. And we've been doing that for 70 years here in Quincy. In 1947, as the shipyards were sort of closing down, as they sort of didn't have all the warships to make after World War II, there were thousands of people losing their jobs here in the South Shore. And churches got together and they said, we want to do something more to help these families. We want to do something more to help these children. And that was what started Interfaith Social Services. And so for the last 70 years, our programs have our folks focused on helping families and children. And that's the genesis and really our mission of what we do. There's a lot of talk about the economy and how well it's doing. Our food pantry numbers have not gone down since the recession. They have gone up even slightly every year since then. As much as the economy's improved, there are a lot of people living here in Massachusetts, living here in the United States, where things have not gotten better. Wages are stagnant. They're not changing. And it is increasingly difficult for families to make ends meet. One of the big things we see is still healthcare, where people will have huge deductible plans and they have to pay thousands of dollars out of pocket before the insurance will even kick in, and they can't afford to get treatment for mental illness or addiction, or a family member suffers some sort of health issue and all of a sudden that family has to spend a couple $1,000s out of pocket. Most people, when you have to spend a couple $1,000s out of pocket, it makes it really difficult to make ends meet. And that's where we step in. We're that safety net for those families. We have two different events throughout the year. We have our Feed the Hungry Gala, which is coming up on December 7th. It's right around the corner. We plan all year for that one event. It brings in almost half of our funding for our whole organization on one night. But we put the fun in fundraiser. So this is not your typical plated dinner. We have games with amazing prizes, theater tickets and sports tickets, and JetBlue is one of our sponsors, so we have amazing getaways. We have one of the best auctions ever. We have, like I said, live entertainment, but we have all these different restaurants in the room at Granite Links that are doing tastings. We have wine tasting, we have distilleries, we have breweries, everybody's there. We have surprise giveaways where every half hour or so we'll announce that somebody just won tickets to a Red Sox game or to a Patriots game. Because we want to give back to the people that are giving to us. And it's local businesses here in the South Shore that make that possible. It's only with the philanthropy of individuals and amazing corporate partners like Arbella Insurance, Walmart, that we're able to make it possible. So that's our one big event, is our gala. And then in the spring every year we do a Stop the Stigma 5K. And that keeps things focused on our mental health counseling center and the need to raise awareness to overcome stigmas associated with mental illness and addiction, where people talk openly, sometimes way too openly, about their illnesses. You hear more than you wanted to hear. But with mental illness, people keep it under wraps and they don't discuss it, which means people feel like there's a stigma and they don't talk about it and they don't get help that they need. So this event gets everybody on the streets of Squantum and in Quincy talking about it, raising awareness about stopping the stigma associated with mental illness. Local businesses can help our organization in a couple different ways. Number one, as always, is funding. We're a completely privately funded nonprofit organization. We don't have any state or federal funding. So we rely heavily on local businesses. That's one way, an important way is to donate, but also it's being involved. We rely on hundreds of volunteers every month who come in and serve within our programs. So we have about 130 local residents serving in our programs, volunteering, and then we have hundreds of people from places like Arbella Insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cotivity, DST, lots of different local companies, Signet, a variety of companies who what they have in common are not their businesses or their business model, but it's the dedication to community. And they invest in having their employees volunteer with us. So it's donating financially, supporting us with volunteers, donating in kind, an item to our auction, and also just raising awareness, doing a drive for gently used Halloween costumes in your business and then bringing them in so we can give them to the kids we serve through our food pantry, doing a clothing drive, a food drive. Every little bit helps in raising awareness so people know who we are as an organization, so they know where they can turn in their time of need. The word collaborate to me means partnership, and it means more than just doing things for appearance sake. Collaboration means you're doing it with real intent, that you really want to help. It's not a superficial thing. There are amazing examples of collaboration here in Quincy, of for-profits working with nonprofits, of the city working with nonprofits, and all of the nonprofits working together. We get together on a regular basis. We are a team because we believe, as a collaborative of nonprofit organizations, we're all independent. But the more that we collaborate, the more we break down the idea of competition, and we think that's true everywhere. We see a lot of major donors sending their money into Boston. When people shop local, we want them to donate local. And so that's what we're collaborating to do.